This is neck you. But what if I don't like being necked? Neck you, bro. We get a 3-lander with a pair of defensive measures and a bell. The wave is already here, a bit early, but sometimes that will happen. We'll give it a shot. Keep your pants on. We get to go first and we'll play out the bell. We do need green mana, so even with 2 other lands in hand, we'll still fetch out a forest. They play out a C-Note Scout. Give me a C-Note, bro. Come on, is it going to be pumps, chumps, or dumps? Looks like chumps and pumps. I do like that they're tapping out before combat. We get 2 islands with our draws. Good thing we have a pair of Aetherize because too much blue mana might stink our battleship. Bro doesn't know what to do. Turn men sideways, bro ham. We draw a scry land, and that's going to be our 3rd green. For now, we just play out an island and hold. They drop in a Cactuar. That's the first one I have ever seen. They send it, so it's time to put all these men back in their pants. Sure, they can replay one guy right away, but that's 2 men that won't be able to come at us next turn. We draw a forest, but we're playing out our scry land this turn. That's a harvest on top. It's more lands and a bit of life, so we'll keep it. Might want to spring for some duels, bro. Getting mostly red mana and then having a handful of green men makes things rather awkward. The Plat one of their guys, but they used their green mana up. That's a lot of beef coming in. It would be a shame if something happened to them. Right now we can wave for 3, which is way too small. But a harvest getting us 2 lands, we can wave for 6 on our next turn, which is much better. With only 1 green mana, their play is the C-Note Scout. They follow up with the guy they plotted. That gives them a rather nice squad. We draw a scry land, but this turn is a wave turn, so we want to maximize the mana we've got on board. Wave for 6 coming up. That's a double synthesizer tsunami of flavor. We'll get robot overlords and an otter along with a way to get back a wave and do it all over again. On top, we have a helm and a banner. That's more fuel for our factory outlets. Prices will hit rock bottom and shipping is always free. What kind of chances do their men have against our robot overlords? Asking for an opponent? I'm guessing they don't like their chances. They poop it and scoop it. GG's. We hit them with the extra cheese. This is Papa Roach? No wait, it's Papa G Head. He'll eat and drink when he gets back. We get another 3-lander. This time we've got a factory already in hand and a way to copy it. The talent and Aetherize are the gravy in our boat. Keep. We draw a 4th land, which is perfect since we need 4 mana for an instant synthesizer. They play out an optimistic scavenger. I really dislike these decks going hard with enchantments. The life gain decks are likely better. We draw a scry land and we'll play it out. On top we have a talent, which is fine, we'll keep it. They likely have some enchantment removals, but we'll go with our factory anyways. On top, we have a harvest and a 3 steps ahead. We do like both, but let's get the instant factory first. They play out a sheltered by ghosts. I had a feeling that was coming. They'll nab our factory. It might seem like a genius move, but that's the worst removal in the current standard. We'll play a land and pass the turn. We got nothing, your go, my bro. They play out a flash guy at sorcery speed. Such a power move needed to be made right away. Here comes the team, and now we check to see if they have a counter. They will want to counter this. And they do not. We'll get our factory back and another dose of the scry. That's a temple under our harvest. We'll ship it, but the harvest is still solid. We'll play out the harvest and leave mana up to sacrifice it to fetch out another land. They replay their scavenger, then follow up with their gremlin. All they need are more sheltered by ghosts. We draw a land, and we'll play it out. This turn is another talent turn. We'll hold what we got and surprise them with an instant synthesizer. They play out another scavenger. Sure, bro, all yours. They go for a Shard Mage Rescue on their gremlin. We could counter it and make a copy, but they can have this too. They build up so slowly, they're not much of a danger. They have to seriously think about this one. What are they going to do? Send in a 2/3 or their 1/1? Come on, bro. At the end of their turn, we'll go for a surprise factory outlet. We've even got the mana to counter back if they have a counter. They check out their hand, but then we get our token factory. On top, we have another synthesizer and a harvest. We like both, and in that order. Time for a third factory to join the ones we have on board. Our robot overlords will get swole. On top, we have an island under the harvest, and we'll send it on down. A wave would be nice sometime soon. We'll send in our robot overlords. If they gang block one to take it out, we can give them a nasty surprise. But all they do is throw their token in the way, and that's it. They go for an enchantment that gives one of their men flying, and of course they want it on their big gremlin. Well, big in relation to their other men. They drop in an apparition. It has flying and vigilance, so it can swing in and block. That's fine, bro. Our pants remain on. That's all their cards. They are out of ammo. We'll go ahead and grab a land and get 3 more robot overlords. That's all. They have to block 3 out of the 4 robot overlords. Taking 11 is an option. Before we end the turn, we'll grab a 3 steps ahead, and that makes them poop it and scoop it. Geez. Smells like extra robot overlord cheese? This is fire in his holes. Prove me wrong. We get a shuffler special loaded with 3 mana artifacts. Boys, all we need is 1 land. But we're on the play. Don't try this at home, kids. Keep your hopes up. We play out our second and last land. Now we just clench. We draw a talent that we'll have to do. For now, a 3rd land next turn would be clutch. They smash our otter token, but that's fine. We draw a scry land, and on top we have a forest. That's perfect. They play out a pixie, but they've got nothing on board to bounce back. I kind of wanted to hold off playing out the factory since it's possible they might have artifact removal, but it's possible they don't. Let's get it in there. On top, we have another factory and a banner. Yes to both, and in that order. They play out a bandit's talent, and we'll toss our wave. We can get it back at our convenience with our own talent anyways. Let's drop in the second factory outlet and get our first robot overlord. On top, we have a land under the banner, and we'll move it to the top. With 5 lands in play, we can drop in 2 of our mana artifacts for a total of 4 robot overlords. The opponent gets slapped down by their shuffler special. GG's should have brought some Fountainport Bells and extra cheese. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.